Morning everybody, to yet another bow review, and we just managed in time. 8 o'clock. Yes, that's so nice. So, what do we have today? You remember recently we had this review of this a little bit crappy foldable survival bow from China, and was not really good. Instead of 40 pound it had 17 pounds, and the string grooves were completely sharp metal edges, so it was really an unusable bow. But that led to that Simon, one of my followers, got in contact with SAS in America, and I said, look, this guy tested one of these foldable bows and was crap, but I know that you have good bows. So then SAS, it's Survival Archery Systems, it's Doug. He reached out to me and said, oh look, I like what you do with your reviews. I send you a proper one. And now he sent me 2 bows. And this is a package, see? And already the benefit of having kind of survival bows is a small packaging. But of course you have this with a takedown bow too, but we get to this in a second. So, really nice guy, and always a lot of information from Doug, so you can really see the passion which he goes after. This is incredible. So, I guess this is then the Recon, because there's a Rec 4100 something, and we get some 2 bare weather rests. They look good. It's a left and a right hand one. You might stay tuned, because that sounds interesting. And this is then the other one, and a piece of paper. Yeah, good. So this one is their premium model, which I show you next time. The Atmos, really pretty made. But today we talk about foldable surviving bow. Survival bow. A foldable bow, for at least. You can check on their website. They have already a few videos about this bow. Even New Sensei did a video about this bow. And now I do a video about this bow. How does it open here? Should it? And this opens okay. So you open the box and you are greeted with some camouflage, and then you know, okay, they talk serious business. And what is in the box? Again, another arrow rest. So I'm not sure now if this is normally in the package, but I get the bow and an arrow rest, and you get a nice, pretty nice sleeve for your bow, which you can attach to almost everything, and which you even can use as a back quiver. That's fancy. Then you're greeted with a big flap. In this big flap here you have space to put some small items like your string. And then look at this. Ooh. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. So, 1 second. There's something left here. No. And it's really a rugged, durable material. And I assume now that here is the string and exactly a small manual. Very good. So there's everything you might need, and if you have cold hands, you can use this as a glove. You don't. Good. So nice bag, really nice. So we get instruction manual for the SAS Recon folding survival bow. Everything written again, always wear certified safety ballistic glasses when shooting a bow. Yes, of course. And yeah, installing the arrow rest, setting up brace sight, setting up knocking point, take down arrows. Yes, to this we get in a second. It's from Survival Archery Systems, the Recon foldable surviving bow. It has a length strung of 63 inches, folded of 24 or a little bit more than 24 inches. This is one thing, because I read now in many forums that most people like to have these bows folded in 22 inches because then it fits better in the backpack. I don't even have a backpack this size, so I wouldn't mind, and I would still use this bag because it's more versatile. I have directly quiver with it, so that's why I don't mind. It's a little longer, but you can get away with this. It's no big deal. The string is 62 inches, has a 60 strands, is a Dacron B50, and the bracelet is 7 to 8 inches, whatever you prefer. You can have this bow from, I'm not sure, but you can check on the website, from 40 to 50 pounds. This is the 40-pound version. And the maximum of this bow is 31 inches. So, and then you have here this nice strap, which holds everything in place. Just don't lose it, because then but it's not, once it's in a bag, it doesn't rattle or something. So you need to remove this end caps, I say. I mean, yeah, which makes sense because in this hollow part they have survival. They have takedown arrows, which fit inside here. So the maximum is 31 and have 31-inch takedown arrows, where you can fit, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them you can fit in here, or you put the end parts in there and the top parts in there, so you are quite flexible. You only put these end caps off. You might lose them, but you simply take care. So, and then look at this, how to deploy this bow. Chuck, chuck. And this is solid, you know what I mean. This is really pretty solid, so there is nothing like with the other one. Nice. What can I tell you? The material you know already, and then the price is usually $239.95, and now they have Black Friday, it's $189.95. Yes, it's kind of like a bit more than twice as expensive as the Chinese one, but you know, when it works, it's worth it. The other one doesn't work, and then, you know, what do you have then? So this is a nice squarish metal frame, and this bow is not too heavy. Here you have some grip, so you know already where you have to grab your bow. And it doesn't feel that bad. Not too bad, folks. So, of course, as long as the string is not on it, it will rattle now. So, but you of course string your bow then instantly. But let's see if we get this done here. And here these knocks are a bit sharp, but way better design than what we had on this Chinese one. So sometimes alongside the belly, oh stop, this is the belly. It's a little confusing bow in the beginning. So now you say, of course, why would I need this? I could use a recurve takedown. Yes, you can, of course, nobody said you can't. But when you see how small this packs away and how easy it is to deploy, has its benefits. 63.5 from knock to knock. I mean, if you already have whatever your bow for hunting and you're happy with it, it's fine. But if you say, okay, I want something more specific, and I like this idea of have this, because this is really durable. You can shoot this in all weather conditions, you know, this bow doesn't mind. You can even stab someone with it, so I would be happy with it. And then you need to be careful, because they even include a small knocking point for you. So be careful when you put the string up that you don't lose your knocking point. We will set it up later, obviously. First we get the string out of it. Pretty well made, so nice. So now we are not supposed to lose this because there's a knock in it. String looks good, is same length because the bow is completely symmetrical. And then of course you do as you always do with your step through method. Quite small string loop, so not every loop will fit, so you need to make sure that you get always the right string then for this bow. And I would directly order a replacement string, because this is the only thing which might, you might lose it or you might break it. So always get directly second string before you bug out. Oh, stringing this bow is like, well, these loops are small and tight. And so. But it was not so hard. So then you check that the string really sits in these grooves, obviously, like always. And then look at this. And now you have your foldable survival bow. Of course, the bending section is only here and here, so you have a 63-inch bow and only whatever 24 inches long. So divide this, and then you have here not even 20 inches left for, wait a second, 24 is the riser, 66 is the bow, then you have 6, 36, 40 and 20 inches, and you have a 20 inches bending section, and here 20 inches. Of course, every bow where only the riser here is fixed and the rest is bending, you have a little better performance, but you know, this is a survival bow and a hunting bow, so I don't mind that at all. I like this idea. I always liked this idea, that's why I got this Chinese bow, but then I was a little disappointed. We have a brace head, and this, the nice thing on this bow, you can measure the brace head wherever you want. 7 inches, and we are from 7 to 8, so you can adjust it then accordingly. We have here a nice wide center serving on it, and this looks just nice. So what you need to do is, so see, there's nothing rattling, nothing shaking. Everything is very solid. See? So you can go and you hear nothing. That's nice. So 3 fingers, 28 inches. Nice. And it doesn't feel that bad. I mean, I expected now a complete stacking bow. Of course it starts stacking, but for the shortness of the limbs compared to the length and the draw length, it's not so bad. Then of course we need to set up now our arrow rests, but I want to shoot now 1 arrow. Sure. 3 fingers, look at this. Ui, you heard that? Was a little noise. Let's do this again. Maybe because, yeah, I guess we need an arrow rest here. So you don't want to shoot bare, only do cut. See, when you do a little, you know, and when you shoot 3 finger, your cutter would be this way. It's a little counterintuitive. The arrow, because it's quite a long surface, doesn't scratch there, so that's nice. Now we will check our, but I don't feel, do I film this or not? I film, oh, what do we have, the weight? Yeah, they say it's 1.1 kilograms, let's check quickly. 1.06, yeah, and when you have then your arrow rests on it, then it's 1.1. Yes, that's fine. So pretty good so far. Feels so different than the other one. I don't even want to put it out for a comparison because it would not be fair. The other one is just a crap bone. This one is a solid piece and a good tool. So what you need then is of course your arrow rest. We take the left one for the right-handed shooting. Hey, you know what, I set it up quickly and then we continue. But of course, look, now we have here this arrow rest on it, but the fancy thing is because it's a completely symmetrical built bow in this regards, we put directly an arrow rest on the right side too, which you would use when you shoot left-handed. You know. So, what do we have now? Ladies and gentlemen, the first ambidextrous foldable survival bow. The only thing is, with these end caps, you need to get them somewhere. So because you can't put them back, put them in the box. So, look at this. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the first shot with thumb release of a survival bow ever. I mean, I don't know if somebody already did it, but at least it's my first shot. And look at this. These arrows are now unfortunately a little too long. Wait a second, we take 31-inch arrow. We take a 31-inch arrow because the other one just lost his insert. So look at this. And now, and silent. Did you hear that? You hear nothing. Oh, nice. The only thing, if it's cold, you might want to wear gloves because this is metal. It's quite cold. So far, Now with an arrest I shoot first a few times at the string we're set, and then I set a knocking point on it, not directly. So let's see what it does. Handle, of course it's a squarish thing, but you can hold it in whatever way you like. You get used to it. Oui. So these ones are a little underspined, so 600 spine is not going to work. But accurate. A little loud on this side. So one thing, these takedown arrows they offer, there's one is 20 bucks. They are fiberglass, they are quite good ones from Eastern. Forgot another name. And when you check the weight of these shafts, and then with a connector and with an insert tip and knock and feathers, you end up with a little more than 500 grain. It's a 40-pound bow, so hunting of course with heavy arrows. They are 450 grain, 31 inches. And now look at this. The hunting horsebow foldable survival. And that's fun. Rattles a little, but hey. So now I shoot a bit more lightweight ones. They are 330 grain. They're too light for a bow like this. And they're even too long, so we don't shoot these ones. They are, it's like dry firing, so at least 10 grain, better 12 grain per pound. Of course you could say now 60, what did we have, 63 inches is quite long, so if you want to stalk something in the woods, but every hard hill bow, when you hunt with a longbow, has this length, so I don't mind. Only get heavy arrows, they're even too lightweight here. So let's see, 30 meters, blue dot down there. To the left. So a few shots you need with it, so go practice a lot. Let you know what this bow is doing. But see, you're getting closer. So a small learning curve with this bow. But then you get there, so easy. Let's see. That really is now the arrow goes to the right most probably, huh? Yeah, because you have still quite some angle away, but it's okay for the intended purpose. Look at this. So I need to tighten the screws quickly. So it's a longbow, so we can knock straight. We don't need to go higher. Ah, okay. So that was a bad shot. There's one screw, is a little loose, we tighten them. I think it's aerospace grade aluminum, and these are composite like you have on modern recurve bows, material wise. So let's see what the poundage will do. We start at 28. Oops. So 39.7, 29. Is roughly here, 42.3, 30 inches. See, so you feel that it gets a little stiff then. It's 47.4. Yeah, you see the stacking then. And 31, no, not this one. 0, 0, 0. Can you 0, please? Thank you. To really look at the string angle, is beyond 90 degrees, so I would not go. I would say 30 inches, but you could draw 31, but then it's at 40. I can't even manage. Then you are roughly at 50 pounds. So we get quite stacking there. So as you saw the string angle. So look at this at 28. So this is 28. Looks already, you know, of course, and the string angle is already way beyond 90 degrees, so it's not the most efficient bow, but it does the job. Go with 28, maybe 30. Look, this is 30, and then it's really already a lot. The string angle is beyond every reason. But, you know, this bow is not built for high performance. It's built to shoot heavy arrows on maximum 20-30 meters, and for this the bow is good. So 300 grain arrows, 28 inches, 40 pounds. 149. 152. 152. But look at this, nice tight group, 147. 450 grain, and I draw, I guess, 30 inches, and we're at 47 pounds, so 9 grain something. my grain. So one thing is you always need to hand tighten these screws. Sometimes it starts rattling. There's one screw which is always coming a little off. You tighten them again. This one, now look at that. See? Done. So, but this is design-wise, you can't change that. I mean, maybe you could, but I don't know. So, let's see what it says now. 135. 148. So when you really draw 30, shall we do it again? Yeah, we do it again. 136. I see that I can draw as long as possible. Oh, but this is a maximum 148. So 150-ish foot per second. It's not the fastest. I mean, if you go hunting with this one, you might consider a 50-pound one, then you can shoot heavy arrows a bit easier. 40, because the efficiency is not there, obviously, might not be enough. When you have a good 40-pound longbow or a horsebow, you get more speed out of it. 150 foot per second with a 50-pounder, then I guess it would be just a nice thing. And it's not only for hunting, you know, for the zombies coming and stuff. So small game definitely, big game I don't know, but I'm not a hunter. But I guess you can make it work, and I saw videos of guys, they hunt with this bow. You need to get used to it. It's a little, you know, it's something different. But nonetheless, fun. So a knocking point will come soon. I'm not sure. Oh yes, the string stretched a little, see? Now we are a little less than 7 inches. So we shoot a few times more that the string will stretch properly. And then we put a knocking point on it. Then the accuracy will be even better, but it's already not, I mean, this bow is really, once you have the same set of arrows, it's quite, not so bad, not so bad. And it sounds nice. So you obviously don't want to hold the arrows here, but you could. But I guess if you hunt, you have one arrow prepared and the other one somewhere in your quiver or something. So these arrows are now a bit underspined, so they might fly a slightly curve. But let's see, we go for this red ball up there. Flies like, but goes there. So get the proper spine arrows. The takedown arrows they sell are 400 spine, and they are 600 spine, so they're way too weak for this bow. But it's not so bad compared to this Chinese one. So let's see thumb release. Oops. I'm not used to shoot from a thumb burst. Oh, arrow goes a little to the left, but flies way nicer. So the spine, it says 400 spine, I think. Yeah. And the weight is nice. So these arrows are just nice. Of course, it's not a speed monster, but it kicks arrows nice away. And I said for hunting, you must probably go for 50, 55 pounds. And once the screw is tightened, you don't hear anything. And vibration and handshook, you feel it a little because it goes directly in and it's metal, but it's nothing bothering you. So as long as the arrows are heavy enough. The Recon by SAS Survival Archery Systems in America. Made in America. Solid. It's really, really solid. Of course, performance-wise, you have only the short bending section, and you see, you know, you draw a little bit, and you're already beyond the string angle of 60 degrees. So you have it here, maybe. So you just pre-draw the bow. Of course, efficiency-wise, it's not the best. But if you want to have, and I could see myself. So we had last time the podcast. In a survival situation, if I have to go somewhere, I would for sure throw this one somewhere in my bag over my shoulder. Maybe not as my main bow, but as the backup bow for every purpose, if something is or whatever. If you know, this is so easy to takes up almost no space. Let's see. And you're already done. That's all. I mean, this is very convenient. Then you put your strap around, obviously, so you don't lose it. Then it's even nice and silent. I like this idea. I like how SAS, how Doug made it. So it's really cool. It's not, wait a second, like this one. Like this looks even better. So this one, the bottom one first. So everything is thought through. And it's just the length. Look at everything fits here well, and this thing can always go with me. For this one, I always find a place. You know, even if I throw it only like this in the car, or I put it in a bag, or use it with this bag you get with it. I like this idea. Of course, performance-wise, it's not like you can't compare it. It's obviously, I mean, we didn't expect that in the first place, or did we? No. So that's why. I have no problem with it. It shoots the arrows nice away, 150 foot per second. With a bit less than 10 grain, you need to know for yourself if this is enough for you or not for a survival situation. But look how quick and easy this bow is set up. Only these loops are very small, so I go a little sideways here. So look how easy, quick, tack, ready to go. So nothing to screw, nothing to do, nothing to whatever. So this is simply a working piece. So I can see myself using this when I have to leave somewhere. Would it be my backyard bow I shoot and I want to have fun? I don't think so. So this is really a very special purpose bow. This one, I don't see myself coming to an archery range and shoot for 3 hours or something, or 2 hours. So this is really a very specific use case. But if I have to go out somewhere in the woods, I would always take this one, at least as a backup, with me. What do we have? We get in a package the bow, the string, a bag, a nocking point, and a description. A bow, a string, a sleeve, a documentation, and a nocking point means, and arrow rests. So you get 10 points for that. In the packaging, everything you could ask for. I wish they would have included one of these arrows, but I'm on it and will make soon my own takedown arrows, because I need to test something. The handling of this bow, as you saw, it's really solid. The only thing is sometimes one of these screws comes a little loose, but he told me that this can happen. This is simply, but I hand tightened it now, and now it's silent again. So you only need to find which one it is. It must be always the same, most probably. So handling, it's easy to string, easy to unstring. You fold it away, so there's nothing you need to adjust or set up. Easy peasy, 10. The build is really nice made. So this is really made by someone who knows what he's doing. These limbs, yeah, quite easy for me. Look at the shortness, you don't get that much power out of it. But they still made the tips very small, but yet very rugged. So this is not a big thing. For me, this thing is solid 10. The basic feel, it feels a little weird, so it's not your sporty, nice, fancy bow. You feel a little shake in the hand. The bow feels a little cumbersome compared to others, but in his class of foldable surviving bows, this bow feels way better than this Chinese thing I had. And it's not so heavy, it's just 1 kilo, a little above 1 kilo, so it's not too heavy that it weighs you down a lot. And you have these finger, there's this tape on it where you know that you don't, that's for that you get better grip. it's not so bad overall, but still the draw and basic feel doesn't wiggle, but it feels a little, but I give you 10 points, and that's okay. Draw experience, of course, it gets stacking, and as you saw, the draw curve goes up immensely. So I see this bow as a 30-inch draw, but not as a 31-inch. 31 you really need to force the limbs backwards, and you saw the string angle is then way beyond, so call it a 30-inch draw, and then I'm happy. That's why I give you for the draw experience a 9. And shooting experience, it takes a while that you get used to it. It's a tool for a specific purpose. It's not your everyday shooter, even if you need to shoot it every day, if you want to go hunting with it, that you know what this bow is doing. The bow is silent, the bow has a little vibration. In the hand you feel it, but you can't change this with the design. Maybe string silencers, but then the bow slows down even more. It's not the fastest, so for this I give you 9 points. And then we are at 40.58. It's not so bad for what it is. Price value, $150 right now. No, $190 is quite a price. So for this price, I get as, let's say, a short, this Korean or Turkish takedown bow from AF Archery, which is way smaller, performs better, packs even smaller, but of course not that flat. So with the curves on it, and it's always, when you have a longbow, it's always a hassle. The other longbows, like Peter showed last time in his review, where you simply unplug the handle, then you have 2 pieces, they are then 30 inches. It's quite long then, so you need to know, if you want to have a bow like this, and you want to have a quality bow, then you go for this one. Don't buy this Chinese crap, you will not be happy here. The string will last. With this Chinese one, no chance that the string will last long. This is an open metal construction with very sharp edges. The string will be cut in a second. This one is not bad. It's surely not my favorite bow, but it's a niche bow, so you have to see that. And then $190, okay, under $200 I would say yes. The usual price is $240. It's really, you need to think about if you want it, if you need it. I mean, if you buy this bow, you know why you buy it, and then it's okay, but I give you a 4 for the price value. It's a little, $190 is fine, but $240 and shipping and stuff, and I don't know, it's a little, but if you need it, and if you want this, then you get it here in the most probably best way possible. And they always invent something new. Next time we will check the other bow from them, Atmos, the Atmos. It's a, you only can shoot then, it's a complete the riser with a center shot. Makes your life easier because this is far off, no center shot bow. So you have here offset and what did you say, it's 27 millimeters here, and you have 6-7 inches, so you can make a bit more brace height. But of course, if you go now to 8 inches, you shorten your max draw again, so then it's a 28-29 inch shooter. Now we are at 7 inches roughly, so at least I get a solid 30 inches, so it's 28, 29, 30, and then it's really like, no. So then you force these limbs already. 30 inches is nice, 31, I don't see that coming. Of course you can shoot 31-inch arrows and a little longer if you want to have a bit safety here. When you have broadheads on it or stuff like this, that's fine. That's why even his takedown arrows are 31 inches. I understand that, but max draw I would say 30. Has a wide arrow pass and a not too long brace height, so you really need to practice a few times that you get the hang of it, but it's nothing extraordinary and out of this world. So thank you very much, Doug, for sending them to me, and thank you, Simon, for getting in contact with SAS and me, that you brought us together. It's really nice. So it's an interesting piece, and even if you're a collector, this is something very specific. So, you know, then you have something, and it's a tool. I would always throw it in. So this one, I would see that this bag with a few arrows is always, if I would have a car, but I don't have anymore, I would have it always in my car. See, this screw came loose again, so you always need to tighten the screw a bit. So I would always throw this and always have it in my car. You never know. So this is, you know, it doesn't take up much space. It's not very heavy, so this would be always somewhere in the back of my car, or would be always with me. So just in case I need something, I have it. So my other bows I don't always take with me, but this one would be really sitting in my car for whatever need and purpose required. Cool. Very interesting for sure. So thank you very much again, Doug, for sending them to me, and I thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.